Number 1, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Number 2, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. Number 3, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Number 4, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Number 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Number 6, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. Number 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as 52 activities. Karma Kanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. I once again welcome all of you to the Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Before moving to the next session, let me know who are all on the call today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nita Mataji, Dandrat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Priti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Priti Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, Dandrat Pranam. Accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, Sukakar Krishna Das from Chennai.
Hare Krishna, Shukapar Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Happy Ekadasi to everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Happy Ekadashi.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandvat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Nitaynanda Das from Chicago. Happy Ekadashi to all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arivindakshi Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call, and very happy Ekadashi to you also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all the assembled devotees. This is Sushmita from Canada. Happy Ekadasi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Shushmita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. A very happy Ekadashi to you also, Mataji. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shyama Guru Devidasi from Charlotte. Happy Ekadashi to you and all the devotees, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Shyama Gauri Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call and giving this Bhagavatam nectar every day with various different speakers on the call. And happy Ekadashi to you also, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Priyari Devidasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Radha Piyari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. It's been a long time, Mataji, hearing your voice. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandat Pranam to you and to the all respected devotees of this divine group. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Pooja Arora from Haridwar, Mataji. Happy Ekadashi to all. And in India, we will observe Ekadashi by tomorrow. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Pooja Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. And yes, Mataji, happy Ekadashi to you also. And tomorrow it is India. In Ekadashi they are having. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Srila Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to your services. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Ran.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to the Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Now we will be moving on to our next session, which will be given by His Grace, Nitaynanda Prabhuji. So before moving to the session, I would like to hand over call to Suresh Sham Prabhuji for giving brief introduction on His Grace, Nitaynanda Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Suresh Sham Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Here is a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Today we have His Grace Nityananda Prabhuji, who is a senior brahmachari from Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple. His Grace Nityananda Prabhu originally hails from Ramnathpuram, Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He joined the ashram at the young age of 19. He served for a decade in Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple and then studied under the auspiciousness of Sri Prabhupada's disciple, His Grace Gopi Purandhana Prabhuji, for 3 years. Prabhuji preaches in English, Tamil languages. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Here is a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Back to you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving that brief introduction about His Grace Nityananda Prabhuji. I don't see Prabhuji on the call. So we can go ahead with the introduction. If anyone want to introduce themselves, please go ahead with your introduction. Hare Krishna. Okay, so let's chant together. If no one is there for introducing themselves, we can chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Can I sing? Can I sing? Can I?
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji has joined.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That was really a very wonderful kirtan.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Nityananda Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Swagatam.
Hare Krishna, Nityananda Prabhu. So, dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So, now we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, which will be given by His Grace Nityananda Prabhuji. So, the verse will be from Canto 6, Chapter 11, and Text 20. Hare Krishna, Nityananda Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
We don't
Hare Krishna, Mataji, just few seconds.
Okay.
Just checking that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please welcome to the call, Prabhuji. So thank you for giving a valuable association and time today for giving us this nectar. So we are very fortunate to have you on the call. So today we will be moving on to this Bhagavatam 6, 11 and 20. The verse number is 20. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My pranams to all the devotees.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 11th chapter, shloka number 10. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, it's 6, 11, 20.
Sorry, 6, 11, 20. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Yuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki. Isn't the shloka is getting displayed? Nanvesha Vajrastava Shakra Tejasa Harer Dadiches Tapasasya Tejita Tenaiva Shatrum Jagi Vishnu Yantrito Yato Harir Vijayash Virgunas Takaha Nanu Yesha Vajras. Only once. Nanu Yesha Vajras Tava Shakra Tejasa Harer Dadiches Tapasa Yate Jitaha Tenaiva Shatrum Jagi Vishnu Yantrito Yato Harir Vijayash Shri Gunas Tataha Nanvesha Vajras Tava Shakra Tejasa Harer Dadiche Tapasa Yate Jitaha Tenaiva Shatrum Jagi Vishnu Yantrito Yato Harir Vijayas Gunas Tataha. Synonyms. Nanu, certainly. Eshaha, this. Vajraha, thunderbolt. Tava, of yours. Chakra, O Indra. Tejasa, by the promise. Arehe, O of Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dadiche, he, of Dadichi. Tapasa, by the austerities. Cha, as well as. Te, jitaha, empowered. Tena, with that. Eva, certainly. Shatrum, your enemy. Jahi, kill. Vishnu yantritaha, ordered by Lord Vishnu. Yataha, wherever. Harihi, Lord Vishnu. Vijayaha, victory. Shrihi, opulence. Gunaha, and other good qualities. Tataha, there. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O Indra, King of heaven, the thunderbolt you carry to kill me has been empowered by the prowess of Lord Vishnu and the strength of Dadichi's austerities. Since you have come here to kill me in accordance with Lord Vishnu's order, there is no doubt that I shall be killed by the release of your thunderbolt. Lord Vishnu has sided with you. Therefore, your victory, opulence, and all good qualities are assured. Purport. Vritrasura not only assured King Indra that the thunderbolt was invincible, but also encouraged Indra to use it against him as soon as possible. Vritrasura was eager to die with the stroke of the thunderbolt sent by Lord Vishnu, so that he could immediately return home back to Godhead. By hurling the thunderbolt, Indra would gain victory and enjoy the heavenly planet, remaining in the material world for repeated birth and death. Indra wanted to gain victory over Vritrasura and thereby become happy. But that would not at all be happiness. The heavenly planets are just below Brahmaloka. But as stated by the Supreme Lord, Krishna, Abhrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartirorjuna. Even if one achieves Brahmaloka, he must still fall to the lower planetary system again and again. However, if one goes back to Godhead, he never returns to the material world. By killing Vritrasura, Indra would not actually gain. He would remain in the material world. Vritrasura, however, would go to the spiritual world. Therefore, victory was destined for Vritrasura, not for Indra. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurinmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Agrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Bhagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. It's happy to be with the devotees of Bhakti Sangha group. So here we are reading the Vritrasura episode, which is one of the most important part of Srimad Bhagavatam. When Srila Jiva Goswami describes about the identity of Srimad Bhagavatam, he speaks that Purana which has 18,000 verses and in which the pastimes of Vritrasura has been discussed. So he speaks like this. So in order to identify the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Acharyas quote that Purana which discusses the pastimes of Vritrasura. Such a way it has been discussed. So one of the most important, crucial and amazing pastime of Vritrasura. In the Vedic text also mention about Vritrasura would come. Most of the places when the mention of Vritrasura comes, it would always glorify Indra and Vritrasura would be discussed as a demon. And the true nature of Vritrasura is seldom found in other parts of the scriptures. But Srimad Bhagavatam gives the whole understanding, whole picture, the glories of Vritrasura. And Srila Prabhupada very beautifully throws light that who is really a winner in this pastime. So here Vritrasura is encouraging Indra to kill himself. Isn't that amazing that in this world, that who will encourage another person to kill himself? Is it my voice is audible to all? Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhuji, very clear.
Okay, thank you. So here Vritrasura is encouraging Indra that you got the great weapon which is empowered by Lord Vishnu and in which the austerities of Dadichi Muni is been, the power of his austerities is being invested. So do not get discouraged, have faith, and you are destined to win this war. So he was encouraging like that. And on the other hand, Indra, even though he had this weapon, which is very powerful, which Dadichi Rishi has sacrificed his own life for, but he is becoming despondent. So the power of bhakti, the power of devotion service, the enthusiasm to what a person can get when he performing devotion service is far excellent than what our enthusiasm we could find in the material world. So in the conditioned state, if you look all around us, people are very enthusiastic. People are working very hard. Foaming at their mouth, they're working so hard to maintain the family, maintain their life, struggle for existence, in order to get fame, prestige, and wealth. People are working so hard. So sometimes it's if you wonder that how they are working very hard. Sometimes the people who are fighting in the military, they don't sleep for nights together. Some scientists, they don't sleep, do their research so much, absorbed in their work. So even the Shastras sometimes say that how lusty man or women are attracted to each other, very intense attraction they have got for each other. That kind of attraction let me have for Supreme Personality of God. So the enthusiasm, the zeal in which the world is running looks very amazing. But when you compare to the spiritual enthusiasm, when a person really gets pure devotional service, the way in which he acts cannot be compared to this material enthusiasm. But a sadhaka, when we are trying to move from material platform to spiritual platform, it is a tough challenge. It's a great effort one need to take. So, if you see in the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj, and Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him, what kind of prayer he offers? Dhruva Maharaj, he never went to any practice for austerities. He never went to school. He was just around very small child, 5 years old kid. How much he would have learned? And what kind of austerity is performing? He was alert, not getting distracted by the distractions, standing in one leg and with hand raised, not eating anything, not even water, not even air also, not even breathing. Such alert austerity is doing, controlled his senses. And such Dhruva Maharaj, and Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him. He wanted to offer prayers, but he could not able to speak anything because he was not accustomed, he was not learned in offering prayers. So that time when Lord Vishnu's grace, his conch touches Dhruva Maharaj, he offered very beautiful prayers. Yontav pravishya mama vacham ivam tam sanjevayat akila shakti dharasva dhamna anyam cha hasta charana shravanat pagadina pranannamo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. My obeisances unto you, O Lord Vishnu. So that time he says that all my senses are sleeping, but you, with your spiritual potency, Swadhamna Anta Pravisha, entered into me. And what you have done, Sanjiveti, you awakened my Prasuptam, Sanjivayati Prasuptam, that sleeping senses, such as he gave life to the sleeping senses. And you woken them up from the deep sleep. To whom you given life? Hastan, Charana, hands, Charana, leg, to my skin, my tongue, my ears, all of them are awakened by you, by your grace. Who are they? Prasuptan. These are all sleeping all this time. Who is telling? Dhruva Maharaj, who is alertly with controlled senses, he is performing austerity, he is not sleeping. So such a Dhruva Maharaj is telling that who is alert in performing his austerities, controlled his senses alertly. And he is saying, I am sleeping. When he is saying that? When he receives Krishna's grace, the grace of the conch. So we can imagine what is our condition. So people who think they are awake, actually they are sleeping. So people who are working hard, enthusiastically running here and there with well awakened senses. But Dhruva Maharaj is saying that to such people, to himself he is saying that my senses are sleeping. So you can imagine what is the condition of the general living entities who are in illusion. So, such Dhruva Maharaj, when he was touched by the spiritual potency, he is considering that he was sleeping previously. That means even a person is staying awake, working very hard. Compared to spiritual awakening, they are all sleeping. The enthusiasm by which a living entity can act wonderfully in devotional service, that is no way compared to the so-called enthusiasm in which the jiva is working, acting in the material world. Just like a person driving in the car may think that he is going in a full-fledged speed in the highway, but this speed, when he sees how the human beings are walking the road, or how a bicycle is being driven in the road, so compared to that, he may think that he is going at tremendous speed. But if he look little up above the sky, the airplane is moving, that his speed is no way compared to that. Similarly, the spiritual awakening, spiritual enthusiasm, when the jiva regains its original constitutional position, when his senses become enlivened by the power of Krishna's grace, when his mind and intelligence get purified and awakened by Krishna's grace, and how the activity performed in the spiritual realm is unimaginably powerful and enthusiastic. enthusiast. So here, that is a difference between Vritrasura and Indra. Vritrasura, even though he is apparently a demon, he is in the platform of spiritual understanding. And Indra is in the platform of material, bodily concept of life. So naturally, Vritrasura's activities and his enthusiasm and his faith and his vigor is far, far superior to Indra. So, so in our sadhana stage, when we are trying to practice spiritual life, neither we are completely given up material life, nor we have got taste for spiritual life, fully involved, engaged in spiritual life. We don't have taste for them. So that period is a tough, challenging period. So that's why sometimes we feel that the devotees are struggling to be enthusiastic. When you see the people outside the devotional service in the material world, they are more enthusiastic, working hard. And when you see the great devotees in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, the scriptures, their enthusiasm is far excellent than the materialistic people. But the sadhaka devotees are neither here nor there. They are struggling very hard. Many times Prabhupada, Prabhupada is in the platform of great spiritual, realized personality. So his enthusiasm is contagious and is very unreachable enthusiasm he would display. Prabhupada would go to take rest around night 10 o'clock or so, and he would get up within 1.5 hours sleep. 12 o'clock noon, he would midnight he would get up, and he would continue translation of Srimad Bhagavatam, giving excellent purpose. And then he would again, after that, he would again continue chanting, and he would continue the day with morning walks and all other Bhagavatam class. Then some breakfast and some a little rest in the noon time after his massage and after his oil bath and massage. Then after the bathing, he took little lunch. Then some 20 minutes of nap. Practically, Prabhupada slept only around 2 hours or so, the whole night and daytime put together. And this is unimaginable. Prabhupada enthusiasm is contagious, but they can't cope up with Srila Prabhupada. And you never had any question of jet lag. Wherever Prabhupada lands, whichever time zone it is, he would continue from that. So that when those who are traveling with Prabhupada, they had a very tough time. They could not cope up with Prabhupada's schedules. So sometime when Prabhupada would travel in the airplane, sometimes devotees happen to go with the Prabhupada. Devotees those days are working very, very hard. So when devotees are in the airplane, one time Srila Prabhupada and many devotees were in the airplane. So the airplane was practically filled with devotees. And as soon as devotees sat in the airplane, and the tired devotees working hard, so they said, and that is the time they got, there is nothing you can do in the airplane, sitting there. So immediately many of them went to sleep, but there was suddenly a snoring sound could be heard all over the airplane. So Prabhupada was looking at the secretary and I said, what is this sound coming? And the secretary was helpless. He said, devotees are all gone to sleep, or they are so tired. Then Prabhupada said, Prabhupada, the devotees are sleeping. So sleeping? Why they are sleeping? The karmis, Prabhupada then, why they are sleeping? The karmis are working hard outside world, and devotees are sleeping. Like the Prabhupada would start telling like that. And once it so happened that Srila Prabhupada came to one particular place, and the devotee who served Srila Prabhupada is the Shrutakirti Prabhu. So he was also traveling with Srila Prabhupada. It's not easy to be a personal secretary or servant of great, gurus, Srila Prabhupada or any other advanced gurus. Very difficult to keep up with their schedule. Sometimes devotees want to be a personal servant of spiritual master, but it is not easy. We ask those who are serving and devotees make it nightmares. So, this devotee was serving Srila Prabhupada. As soon as Prabhupada came to a place, Prabhupada never have any. There is no question of jet lag for Srila Prabhupada. But this devotee was very tired. So as soon as Prabhupada came and he rang the bell and the servant did not come, he was quite a bit tired. So then after some time he came and Prabhupada asked, where are you? He said, Prabhupada, I'm tired, I'm taking rest. Then Prabhupada said, why are you sleeping? Prabhupada, I'm very tired. Prabhupada said, I am not sleeping. I also came with you. I am not sleeping. Then the servant replied, Prabhupada, you are a pure devotee. So then Prabhupada replied to him that he thought that by saying this particular Brahmastra he will escape. So, and Prabhupada did not leave him. He said, Prabhupada replied, why you are not becoming purity? Why you are not purity? So that's a demand, that's a tall order Prabhupada said. Why you are not becoming a Mahajan? So that's how Prabhupada would pull devotees, to their limits to advance in Krishna consciousness. That is a spiritual enthusiasm. So in the life, in whether either you do material thing or spiritual thing, there has to be a fuel of enthusiasm. So the fuel of enthusiasm is not there, then our rocket of bhakti cannot go ahead. So one has to be enthusiastic, one has to be satisfied and happy. Then only one can either material or spiritual activities one can perform. So in the material platform, people have impetus, people are hankering, people have there is a great thrill in their life to achieve the illusory happiness. So which pushes them, their family, friends, relations, their own sense gratification is a fuel by which they are pushed. They are moving around, they are working hard. And the pure devotee have a greater enthusiasm because they got love for Krishna, love for Krishna's devotees, love for the process of bhakti. So they can go much, much beyond. But the sadhaka devotees, neither they got a full-fledged realization of the taste for bhakti, nor they have got a great taste and involvement for the material pleasures. So they are in between. So it's one sense is a very tough, challenging period. Just like I spoke this here before. When we go from one element to another element, the airplane, when it moves from the aerodrome, runway to the sky, it's a great struggle, isn't it? Put your seat belt on and the airplane goes fast, fast, fast. And suddenly it has to leave the ground, earth, and fly into the sky. So that is the most crucial period, and that is the most very difficult task for the pilot to get the plane from the ground platform to the sky platform. So the seat belt or has to be put tightened. And when sometimes accidents also takes place because the flight is moving from one element to another. Similarly, when the airplane is landing from the sky to the land, very, very risky. Some people are sometimes scared, how it is going to land in the land from the sky. So, and similarly, when the boat goes into the ocean from the shore into the ocean, especially if you see the fishermen, they have to struggle hard. The old style of boats. From the shore into the ocean. If it goes inside the ocean, it goes smoothly. In the land, it is peacefully sitting in one place. But land to the ocean, the waves are against the shore, and the boat has to go against the waves and get inside. So there's a great struggle. The fisherman, the boatman has to undertake to push the boat inside the ocean. So land to the water, land to the sky. So one platform to another platform, entering is very difficult. Once it enters, then one can peacefully sail or fly or ride in the road. in the sky or in the water. Similarly, the spiritual life, it is a normal thing for the self-realized souls, like Prahlad Maharaj is saying. Nashta kredo nako balo jadavasthan manastaya Krishna graha grahitatman aveta jagad idrisham. For Prahlad Maharaj, that he was wondering how the world is moving around, how the world is running. People are moving here and there, like go to the station or go to the airport, very busy metro train or whichever place you get, people are running around. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying that what happened to these people? Why they are running around for the illusory pleasures? But the devotees are looking at people like Prahlad Maharaj. This person doesn't have any pleasures, just meditating on Krishna. Who is Krishna? Who has seen Krishna? What is spiritual? What pleasure he is undergoing? So they are thinking that this person is useless, wasting his life. But Prahlad Maharaj, Krishna Graha Grahitatma, he has been attacked by Krishna Graha. In this world, people are attacked or haunted by various grahas, haunted by various desires, which are indicated by the grahas. But here, Prahlad Maharaj is haunted by another graha. What is that? Krishna Graha Grihita. Now, Veta Jagat He doesn't know what is going around him. The real world doesn't exist. Practical doesn't exist for Prahlad. Absorbed in Krishna, Krishna's pastimes. Krishna Seva, Krishna's pleasure. That is the goal. But before coming to the stage, one has to go through the material allurements, one platform to another platform. That's what the process of Vaidhi Bhakti. So that is a great struggle. So with the guidance and with kripa, with grace, one has to carefully sail, carefully cross over from this material platform to spiritual platform. That is a process of bhakti, Vaidhi Bhakti. So though Indra is also a devotee of Krishna, and Indra, who is a responsible limb of Krishna, demigods are considered as a limb of Krishna, but they are in the process of becoming pure. So they are to struggle with the allurement of the material. So, so their enthusiasm, their faith in Krishna, their enthusiasm in serving Krishna are all conditioned, are all tinged by the conditioning, tinged by the desire. But the enthusiasm of Dhritarashtra showing is far excellent, amazing, amazing, right? Because he is situated in the pure Krishna consciousness, unadulterated. That's why Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Kevala Vishera Bhanda. The Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, all this is Kevala Vishera Bhanda. But all other desires, those by performing Karma Kanda rituals, by speculative knowledge, they are all cause of agitation of the mind. But the great devotees of Krishna, they are always peaceful. Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Atheva Shanta. The Krishna Bhakta is having no desire to enjoy material good. That's why he is always Shanta. But other people, Karmi, Jnani, Yogis, filled with material desire. That's why we feel them, we see them always impassioned and they always restless. So the activities exhibited in the mode of passion, Rajogun is also looks very active. But the devotees are also very active. Hanumanji is also very active. And Ravana's side, they are also very active. Vanaras are also active. But one is based on service to Krishna, mode of transcendental passion. And another is in pure Rajogun. So even though the activity appears to be same, but one is fueled by the spiritual Shakti. Swadhamna yonta pravishya mamavacha vimam prasuptam akila Shakti Swadhamna. By your own internal potency, you are appearing into my heart. Dhruva Maharaj is saying. So that's why in the platform of pure devotion service is real relationship develops. So even though we are in the material platform, we are attached to the body. Bodily, our attachment to the world around is in one level. More than that is one is more attached to his one's own family. More than that, one is attached to one's own children and wife. More than that, one is attached to one's own body. So, so the bodily attachment is more than the immediate family relations, and the more than immediate family relations is attachment to the extended family. So the bodily concept of life is very, very deep rooted. So in the bodily concept of life, we have to perform in the body, living in this body, having attachment to this body. When we perform devotional service, so that is a big challenging task. So in order to move ourselves with enthusiasm, if we see the materialistic people working very hard, or we can get inspiration from spiritual people who are working in the platform of pure devotional service. So Srila Prabhupada sometimes would say the karmis are working outside so hard. Why devotees are sleeping? So one can even take inspiration from the materialistic people outside to become inspired in devotional service. They are working very hard for bread and butter. They are foaming at their mouth for this temporary pleasures. Why I should not work hard for the everlasting spiritual perfection? That kind of enthusiasm one can get. But the best enthusiasm, best one can learn, get inspiration when you can get is that those who are acting in the spiritual platform. So here, Vritrasura is acting on the spiritual platform with vigor and enthusiasm and valor. Even though he is having the material body of a demon, but still his enthusiasm is unhindered. So when we develop the spiritual consciousness, the spiritual energy, spiritual grace, there is no impediment. At the same time, Indra, even though he had a better sophisticated body than Vritrasura, he had a demigod body, body which is more sophisticated, facility which are more sophisticated. He has a great weapon of Vajra, but his enthusiasm is low, and he's having a lethargic attitude in his activity of fighting. So what is that lacking? So even though Vritrasura did not have much facility, but because he is connected, he received the grace of Krishna by his attitude of surrendering to Supreme Lord Vishnu, by his attitude of his intention, the purpose in which he is acting, his enthusiasm is unhindered in spite of the curse he has received, in spite of the impediment received through this austeric body. So Prahlad Maharaj also, he prays, Brahmadaya Suraganaha Munayotta Siddhaha Tatvaikatana Gatayo Vachasam Pravahihi Aradhidam Purgune Radhunapi Vipraho Kintoshtam Arghati Same Hari Ugrajate. Brahmadaya Suraganaha Munayotta Siddhaha. Brahma and headed by Brahma and other Suragana such as Indra, Chandra, others. Siddhaha, the Siddha Charanas and great yogis. Sattvaikata Nagatayo. Their bodies made up of Sattva Guna. Sattvaikata Nagatayo Vachasam Pravahihi. Their words are like a pravaha. They are flowing like a unhindered flow of like a Ganga. But in spite of that, their words could not pacify you. Naradhidam Puruguner Adhuna Pipiprahu. They are not able to pacify, satisfy you, Lord. Hey Hari, Kim toshtum arhati same Harihi Ugrajate. Who I am born in the family of demons. How can I able to please you, my dear Lord? Hari. So this is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. So even the demigods such as Indra, Chandra, Brahma, who are all in mode of goodness, what they cannot do, a person born in Hari, Ugra Jatehe, born in Ugra family could do. So that's why the process of devotion service is so powerful. It doesn't depend on any kind of external situations, external manifestation. So Srila Prabhupada started the ISKCON society. Practically, the ISKCON society is established and nourished and developed by the people who are all non-Indians except Srila Prabhupada. They are neither born in a family of what to speak of Indian family, what to speak of a Brahmin family or a high class family. They are not even Indian. A bunch of Westerners who had never had any background of spiritual culture. So with them, Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON society, and not only established, he preached and propagated for quite some time. Then only slowly some Indians joined. So, this and the enthusiasm what they developed. When Srila Prabhupada brought first time the Westerners to India, they were all dreaming when we'll go to Vrindavan, when you go to all these holy places. Prabhupada is talking about all the time in his lectures. And you want to see how they are doing kirtan, you want to see how the kirtan is being sung over there. They are all very much enthusiastic and eager to see India and the holy Dham, Vrindavan, etc. here. So and in the meantime, the devotees are having their programs in Los Angeles, New York, and Montreal, and whichever places centers are there with rousing kirtan and powerful morning programs and Srila Prabhupada's guidance. Enthusiastic devotees, prasadam distribution, cooking enthusiastically, serving the deities enthusiastically, doing kirtan enthusiastically, distributing books enthusiastically, serving the deities enthusiastically, cleaning the temple enthusiastically, with no wasting of time and fully absorbed in seva. And these devotees anticipating, and Prabhupada took them to India, that what we are going to see over there. So then when they came to India and they visited Vrindavan, one says they are thrilled to see Krishna's pastime places. But one devotee writes back to the other devotees who were in a similar anticipation, but they didn't get a chance to visit India. So the devotees who came to India, they are writing back to them. Of course, we are in Vrindavan, we are seeing the holy places so and chanting. But by the way, the kirtan what we have in New York and other places, there is no comparison to our kirtan. So the devotee is visiting the local temples. It's though it's India, the people are there, but the enthusiasm, the experience what the devotees had, the kirtan taught by Srila Prabhupada, and the devotees who are following Srila Prabhupada were enthused. They said that our kirtans are far better, far superior than the kirtan we are experiencing. So this is a reality they wrote back in. So even though it is a holy dham, Vrindavan, India, holy place, but the spiritual potency has worked in a different dynamic. That depends on it in a different level. Yonta pravishya swadhamna, anta pravishya swadhamna. Krishna's potency, when it enters, it doesn't have any kind of consideration, holy place or person born which family, which place. It goes directly and pierces the heart. So that is a devotee's own experience. So you are born in a cultured family or a pious family. These things are immaterial for the potency of devotional service. So that is a learned lesson we are learning from Indra Vritrasura pastime. Swarga apavarga narakeshu apitulyat darshana. Sarshti samipyam salokyam dhiyamanam api nagrananti ilamat sevanam jana. That devotees are not interested in any kind of situation, either it is liberation, living near to the Supreme Lord, having a similar form of Krishna, staying in the spiritual world. If there is no service, devotee is never interested in that. On the other hand, Swarga Apavarga Narakeshu Apitulyat Darshana, that even if it is hell, they don't mind if there is service to Krishna. That is a power of bhakti, the devotional service. So we recently celebrated Sri Ramayana, Ramnavami. I think all of you must have heard a lot of Ramayana. That also we see that when we want to be enthusiastically serve Krishna, we can take example and inspiration from those devotees who are in that spiritual platform, who are exhibiting enthusiasm and great zeal like the pure devotees of the Lord. Of course, we get warned that we should not imitate them like Raghunath Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami and great devotees. We cannot imitate, but we can take inspiration from them. So all the great devotees in Ramayana will see that how they are all selflessly attracted to Lord Ram. There is a family of Ravana, and there is a place called Lanka, the family of Sugriva, and the place called Kishkinda, and the family of Lord Ram and them, and the place called Ayodhya. Different nature they exhibit. So, the Ravana is personification of selfishness. So, with selfishness, he exhibited enthusiasm and zeal of conquering kingdom after kingdom and conquering heavenly planet itself and conquering and capturing so many beautiful queens, Rishi Kanyas. Enthusiastically is working hard and working effortlessly for his own selfish interests. He is not even think twice to sacrifice his near and dear ones for his own pleasure. He told his uncle Maricha that you go and take the form of a golden deer and allure Ram so that I can kidnap Mother Sita. Maricha said that I am so scared of Ram that I have been already punished by him. I escaped my life, but fortunately, from that time onwards, anywhere I see, I am afraid of Ram. The word Ra, if I hear the word Ra, I am getting afraid. So please, you give up your this foolish desire to kidnap Mother Sita and don't push me to near Ram. And then Dasharath Ravana tells that you have two choices: either you go and take a form of a golden deer and allure Sita and Ram, or I will kill you myself with my sword. So Maricha thought it better to be killed by Ram than killed by this stupid fellow. So Ravana was ready to sacrifice his own relatives for his own pleasure. Akshay Kumara is killed his own son. Indrajit is killed. Kumbhakarna, his own brother, is sacrificed of everything for his own pleasure. He abducted Pushpak Viman from his own brother Kubera. Everything for his own selfish pleasures. On the other hand, we see the family of Lord Ram. Each and everybody's personification of sacrifice. When Bharata saw that Ram went to forest, how he felt so sad that Ram went to forest. When Ram was going to forest, he was asked to go to forest. He told Kaikeyi that why you are telling, the father is telling me to go for you. If you would have told me, also I would have gone to forest. He did not even feel a tinge of unhappiness while losing the kingdom. Lakshmana, on the other hand, he was not told to go to forest, but he himself was volunteering that I will go to forest. In fact, when Lord Ram said Lakshmana that you take care of Mother Kaushalya, you take care of the country in my absence, that time Lakshmana said that Nacha Sita Toya Hina Nachaham Api Raghava Muhurtam Api Jivova Jalatmastyati Vadritau. That, my dear Lord, that I cannot live without you even for a second. Just like a fish cannot live out of the water even for a second. So I can't think of living without even for a second. So I must come with you. I should come. So Lakshmana took a firm step that I want to come and serve. That's a zeal of enthusiasm and intensity of his devotional service. That's why the great Acharya said, Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampannaha. He has a great zeal for, he's got a great opulence. What is that opulence Lakshmana had? When Lord Ram lost the kingdom, the wealth of the kingdom, Ayodhya Samrajya, Lord Ram lost in a matter of seconds, he lost. That time Lakshmana got the great opulence of Seva Samrajya, Kaikarya Samrajya. That's why he's got Lakshmi Sampanna. So what Ram lost the kingdom, but Lakshman got at that moment the kingdom of service. In the palace, Ram is surrounded by hundreds of servants. He is a prince. He is going to be the king. How much service opportunity Lakshmana would have? But as soon as decided that Ram is going to forest, Lakshmana got full-fledged, unrivaled the kingdom of servitude to Sita and Ram. So he went to take blessings from his mother Sumitra. What is the nature of Sumitra Devi? Selfless, enthusiasm, eagerness in the realm of spiritual realization. That's what Ayodhya was in the exhibit. Sumitra told Lakshmana that Srishtatvam Vanavasa, you are born to be in the forest, serve Lord Ram in the forest. And she told Lakshman that now onwards she considered Ram as Dasharath Maharaj. Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi, Vidhi Janakatmajam, Ayodhya Matavim Vidhi, Gacchathata Yathasukam. So that's the blessing she gave to Lakshmana. Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi. Now do not worry that you are leaving your father. Sumitra understood that very soon Dasharath Maharaj will leave his body in the separation of Ram. So she told Lakshman that consider henceforward Dasharath Maharaj, the place which I given to Dasharath Maharaj, give that place to Ram. Ram is your father. Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi. Mam Vidhi Janakatmajam. But when you leave me, you go to forest, you may wonder that as a son, you are not serving me, you are not seeing me. Henceforth, you consider Janaki, the wife of Ram, as in the place of myself. Mam Vidhi Janakatmajam. You don't worry that you are leaving the palatial Ayodhya city and going to forest. Now onwards for you, the Atavi Ayodhya Matavim Vidhi. For you, Ayodhya is now onwards forest. Gacchathata Yathasukam. But don't go with difficulties that you are losing. You are not going to be your father. You are losing your mother. Leaving your mother, you are leaving Ayodhya. Happily you go. Consider Ram as Dasharath and Janaka's daughter is myself and Ayodhya, forest as Ayodhya. Happily serve. That is the blessings Sumitra Devi is giving to her own son. Here she had two sons, Shatrugna and Lakshmana. Both the sons she gave, one to Ram, Lakshmana, and another son, Shatrugna, she gave to Bharat. And he was happy and satisfied, their own sons being the servant of son of Kaushalya, son of Kaikeyi. That is a sacrifice, love and affection. So, Kaikeyi, Sumitra is instructing Lakshmana that Dasharath Maharaj, don't consider Ram as just your elder brother. He has as great qualities as Dasharath Maharaj. So Dasharath Maharaj, how he killed, he went to help Indra in fighting with the Asuras. And because of that, Indra was very pleased with Dasharath Maharaj. Dasharatha Maharaj would drive his chariot in 10 directions, Dasharatha, and he was fighting with the demons. Similarly, his son Rama was also very powerful. So consider Ram as Dasharath Maharaj. Don't consider him just like just an elder brother. So in this way, you go and serve him, serve Ram. And just like I am an ideal wife of your father Dasharath Maharaj, similarly Sita Devi is ideal wife for Lord Ram. So that's why he considered Janaki as myself and serve both of them. So don't think that you are serving your brother, elder brother, but consider them as good as your father. And the other understanding, Sumitra is telling that Ram is as good as your father, because as father, son would be. Just like Dasharath Maharaj heard as a henpecked husband the words of Kaikeyi and told Ram to go to forest. Similarly, the son of Dasharath, Ram, is also going to commit similar mistakes. He is also, as a henpecked husband of Sita Devi, he will also commit similar mistakes like Dasharath Maharaj. That's why you consider Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi, Ram as good as Dasharath Maharaj. What mistake Ram would commit? Sita will tell Ram that go and bring that golden deer, and Ram won't advise his wife, but he would follow his wife order to get the illusory deer, and he will lose his wife. So that's why Ram is as good as Dasharath Maharaj. But you, being intelligent person, you should protect in such scenarios. Mam vidhi janakat bhajam. Just like I am telling you, my dear Lakshman, that leave Ayodhya and go to forest. Similarly, Sita Devi will also, out of her affection to Ram, would instruct you that leave her and go to forest to save Ram. When Maricha shouts loudly in the voice of Ram, Lakshman, Lakshman. That time she would instruct you to go to forest, leave Parnashala and go deep into the forest. So she is going to behave just like me. So Mam Vidhi Janakat Pujam. Ayodhya Mathavim Vidhi. And very soon, just like you are leaving Ayodhya and go to forest, Ram would also soon will leave forest and go to the shores of the ocean. So you considered Ayodhya similar. Consider Ayodhya as other places as forest and other places. So that is your, in this way, you should serve Sita and Ram carefully. Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi, Mam Vidhi Janakat. So in this way, Sumitra Devi is teaching Lakshmana the great understanding of spiritual understanding. Also, a brother should consider the elder brother as good as his father. That is a samanya dharma, ordinary duty. That is also being taught. So then Sumitra is telling that, so don't consider that serving elder brother, because Shastras are telling the elder brother should be considered as good as father. The Shastras recommend that one should not take the remnants of any other people except very few. The remnant of the spiritual master, a remnant of a father, a remnant of the deities of course, a remnant of the elder brother. Other remnants one should not take. So the Shastras are recommending you to respect father, brother and his wife as good as father and mother. So do not do this as an austerity that because Shastras are telling I should do. Rather, your brother Ram has a great quality. Just like if a patient gets a medicine of milk, if a person get a disease and for the medicine is the milk, so what difficulty to consume that kind of medicine? Milk is sweet. So similarly, you got don't consider the Shastric injection as a difficult medicine. Serve the elder brother. No, serving this medicine is sweet medicine. So serve Ram. Gaccha thata yatha sukham. Sukham gaccha. So in this way, Sumitra Devi's love for Ram. Of course, Lakshman already is ready. He was happily going to forest. So why Sumitra Devi has to repeat what Lakshman is already knows or already understood. So here another way of understanding is that Lakshmana, when he heard that Dasharath Maharaj have told without objecting Kaikeyi that he agreed that Ram is going to forest, so Lakshmana became very upset. And when Ram went to forest in the banks of Ganga, Sumantra brought Sita, Ram, Lakshman, and he left them in the banks of Ganga. And while returning, he asked Ram and Lakshman, their message to be given to is their father. That time Lakshmana spoke the message, and Sumantra comes and tells Dasharath Maharaj. Sumantra comes back after leaving three of them in the forest. And here Dasharath Maharaj is bedridden, he is completely collapsed. And Dasharath Maharaj is asking Sumantra, is there anything Lakshman and Ram told me? So that time Sumantra tells the words of Lakshman. Your son Lakshman told that that I don't consider Dasharath Maharaj anymore as my father. Bhrata cha bharata cha pida cha mama Raghava. From now onwards, for me, my father, brother, and all my relatives, everything is Ram. Pitratvam nopalakshate. I don't accept Dasharath Maharaj as my father. So, out of anger, when Lakshman spoke this, and Sumantra also repeats these words to Dasharath Maharaj. Dasharath Maharaj was more happy and ecstatic to hear these words of Lakshman. So, at the last stage of his life, his son is rejecting father, but Dasharath Maharaj is ecstatic and happy because that Lakshman rejected him and he accepted Ram as his father. So Dasharath Maharaj became ecstatic to hear the words of Lakshman. And here Sumitra Devi is instructing Lakshman that Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi, that do not become upset with their father and reject him. You have got a great love for Ram, affection for Ram, and that Ram is born as a son of Dasharath Maharaj. So it's because you have great love for Ram, and that respect, Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi. So similarly consider your father also, the opposite way. Sumitra is telling. So if you have love for Ram, that Ram was brought to this your presence because of Dasharath Maharaj being his father. So consider it, your father is also, do not give him up. Mam Vidhi Janakatmajam, that you have great affection for Sita Devi. She gets your great respect and service attitude. But as a wife, as soon as Dasharath Maharaj leaves, as a widowed woman, I may not have a important position in the social order. But since Dasharath Maharaj should be respected because he's given birth to Ram, and I am being his wife, you please have some space for me. Do not consider some extent affection to me also, as you are giving to Mother Sita. So in this way, Sumitra Devi is telling, Mam Vidhi Janakatmajam. So happily, Sumitra Devi is telling that the love and affection you have for Ram is great, but that doesn't mean that you reject your father. You serve your dear Janaki Devi, Sita Devi, but you also do not forget me. So in this way, the other way of understanding is also given. And for you, the great place of happiness is wherever Ram is there. So Ram is going to be in the forest. So you may consider Atavi, the forest is a abode of all happiness for you. At the same time, do not forget Ayodhya, because very soon Ram and Sita will come back to Ayodhya. And here Bharata, Shatrugna, Sita, Ram, everybody will be here. So don't be absorbed in the forest. Ayodhya Matavim Vidyam. So similarly, you're going to love forest. Similarly, do not forget Ayodhya, because again Ram is going to come to this very same place. So in this way, Sumitra Devi is lovingly reminding Lakshmana that have some affection for Dasharath Maharaj also, have some affection for me also, have some affection for Ayodhya also. Do not get absorbed in Ram and Sita and the forest, serving them in the forest and forgetting Dasharath Maharaj. So in this way, such a great bond and love and affection of selfless sacrifice Then Sumitra Devi, after giving her blessings to Lakshmana, his own daughter-in-law, Urmila Devi, she never came and told Lakshman that I want to come to forest. So Lord Ram exhibited the qualities of Samanya Dharma, that I should follow my father's words, whatever comes on its way, I will not budge an inch. I should help those who are taken shelter of me as my friends, such as Sugriva and others. I will never give them. And I should always protect those who have come in my shelter, like Vibhishan and others. So, as a king, as a son, as a brother, as a friend, Ram exhibited the great ideal qualities of a dharmic hero. But Lakshmana went ahead of Vishesha Dharma. What is that? As a dharmic person, Ram took care of Mother Sita. So he took Sita along with himself. Why? Sita Devi understood that Ram will not be happy without herself. So she put herself in the forward that I am coming to the forest. And Ram understood that Sita will be happy only if she comes with me. So for Sita Devi understanding the heart of her husband, she wanted to go with him. And Ram understanding the heart of Sita Devi, he took care of her and she took him with he took her with her and protected her. This is any husband-wife did, Samanya Dharma. But Lakshmana went even a step further ahead of this. Even though Urmila Devi, his own wife, as a Grahastha, he should take care of his wife, he should make her happy and he should not give her up. But Lakshmana did not take Urmila along with himself. And Urmila, she also understood the heart of her own husband, that Ram is going to forest for his pleasure. Father Sita Devi understanding her husband's mood, she accompanied her. But Urmila understood her husband's desire. What is his desire? He is going there not for his pleasure, but is going there for Ram's pleasure. So if Lakshman goes for that purpose, as a wife, I should help him to achieve my husband's purpose. So if I go with him, then Lakshman will be in dilemma whether to take care of me or serve Ram. So as the chaste wife, I should assist my husband in order to fulfill his mission. So Sita Devi assisted her husband's mission of giving pleasure to her by going with Ram. And here Urmila Devi assisted her husband by giving pleasure to him. His pleasure is service to Sita and Ram. And she avoided going with himself, not being an obstacle. And again here Lakshmana understood Urmila's heart, that she doesn't want to be an obstacle. So he also, even though the Samanya Dharma tells that he should take care of Urmila, but in the higher service of serving Sita and Ram, Lakshmana also did not take Urmila with herself. That's why Lakshmana is considered as a higher selfless person, more than Lord Ram. Again we see Bharat Maharaj. Bhara Bahati iti Bharata, Rajya Bharanat Bharata. That he sacrificed his own pleasures. He tolerated all the insults to himself and took the responsibility of Ram's kingdom. In fact, Bharat, when he came to the kingdom, everybody was chastising him, everybody misunderstood him, including his own father misunderstood him. Everybody misunderstood, not even a single person understood Bharat. But he put all the blame on himself. What is the cause of Ram going to forest? Na mantaraya na cha matarasya dosho na ragyo na cha ragavasya mat papameva tranimitta vasit vana pravesho raghunandanasya. Who is the cause of Ram going to forest? Bharat Maharaj analyzing. And is it because of Mantara, that she only illusioned my mother Kaikeyi? Is he the cause for my Ram going to forest? He was very angry with her. Then he realized, how can he chastise Mantara? He is after all a servant maid. For her own selfish interest, she has done this. My mother should have been more discriminative. She only fell victim to her. So my mother is the cause of Ram going to forest. He became angry on her. Then Bharat realized that the weakness of a mother, attachment to his own son. So I can't blame my mother also. So what is the cause of Ram going to forest? The wife whose mother is attached to her son, but my father who is henpecked husband, he should have used discriminative power and he should have not heard Kaikeyi. So my father is the cause of my brother going to forest. So is he the cause? Doshoda Ragyo, when the king is not at fault. So Bharat considered who is the fault for Ram going to forest. It is Ram is at fault. Why Ram obeyed my father? He should have put my father into the prison, and the old man who is foolishly hearing the words of his wife, but Ram should not have heard his voice of my father, and he would have disobeyed him, and he should not have gone to forest. So it's because of my brother's fault, Ram's fault, that he went to forest. But then he realized that he is also not at fault. What he can do, he has to follow the dharma. Doshona Ragyo Nacha Raghavasya. So then Bharat analyzed who is at fault, why Ram went to forest. Then he started analyzing it and concluded, Matpapamevatra nimittamasete vana pravesho raghunandanasya. Ultimately, this is my own sin. That is the cause why Ram went to forest. Vana pravesho raghunandanasya. So that is a mood of Bharat. So went to the Chitrakoot and begged Ram to come back to Ayodhya. Then that could not materialize. So he brought Ram's Paduka, worshipped Paduka, and kept the Paduka in Nandigram, and took the responsibility of taking care of the kingdom. Bhara Vahanat, Rajya Bharanat, took care of the kingdom with responsibility without enjoying the facilities. He was wearing matted hair like Ram, sleeping in the bare floor and doing more austerities than Ram, Bharat did. So that kind of austerities, but at the same time fulfilling the responsibility of maintaining the kingdom in the absence of Lord Ram. So that is a sacrifice and love and affection. So that's why Bharat qualities are even higher than Lakshmana, because Lakshmana, even though Ram requested Lakshmana to stay back, but he wanted to go to forest in order to fulfill his desire of serving Ram. But Bharat sacrificed his own desire to serve Ram in the forest, going with him. Whether he sacrificed his own desire and followed the instruction of Ram and taking care of his vision, then getting his personal association. Vapu Seva, Vani Seva. So Bharata is more glorified, Visheshatara attitude. So Ram said the Samanya Dharma, Lakshmana did the Vishesha Dharma, special Dharma, and Bharat exhibited the Visheshatara, better Vishesha Dharma than Lakshmana. Then Shatrugna is a great personality who destroyed the great enemy, which everybody gets entangled. What is the enemy? That Shatrugna, who has a great love and affection for Ram, he has to stay back in the Ayodhya to perform any duties, because Bharat has to stay back, he has to take care of the kingdom. Shatrugna could have easily gone with Ram and enjoyed presence of Ram, but he sacrificed to this servitude towards Bharat. If that is a goal, then the obstacle in that service is association of Ram, the beauty of Ram. So Shatrugna, who destroyed, who overcome the obstacle of involving in the beauty of Ram, falling in the trap of personal association of Ram, which is desired by the great yogis, anchored by the great yogis and great devotees. But Shatrugna won over that obstacle and preferred to serve Bharat, who is taking care of the mission of Lord Ram by being the servant of the servant of the servant. So Bharat voluntarily took that service and took care of assisted Bharat in taking care of the kingdom. And that's why Shatrugna is considered as the even more advanced, even exhibited the greater dharma, Visheshatama dharma. So that is a great picture of Ayodhya. Ram exhibited Vishesha dharma, Samanya dharma, Lakshmana exhibited Vishesha dharma, Bharat exhibited Vishesha tara, and Shatrughna exhibited Vishesha tama, and the superlative of special service attitude. That's why Mahaprabhu says, Naham Vipro Nachanarapitir, Napi Vaishyo Nashudro, Naham Varni Nacha Grahapatir, Napi Vanasto Yatirva, Intu Prodhya Nikila Paramananda Primamrita Bhehe, Gopir Bharatu Padakamalaya, Sada Sada Sana. And the eternal servant of Krishna, Gopi Bharatu, the master of the gopis, Krishna. So that is a constitutional position of the Jiva living entities. So these are the personalities who are living in their constitutional position with great zeal and enthusiasm and affection, with a selfless service. So that is a place, that is a realm which Krishna is inviting us by descending into the material world. Dharma karma cha me divyam, evam yoveti tattvataha. This invitation Krishna is giving, and this invitation, that the password or the passport is been handed over to this entrance by the great devotees of Krishna, Srila Prabhupada and our Acharya. So with their grace, we can enter into this realm of selflessness. We can enter into the realm of the great enthusiastic service, the kingdom of Seva Samraja, kingdom of servitude, where one is really have a great time and happiness in giving happiness to Krishna. So that is what Ayodhya, that's what Vritrasura is here, signifying. Vritrasura is exhibiting the quality of enthusiasm. I want to get back to Krishna. Take the weapon, O Indra, and kill me, and we go back to Godhead. So here Vritrasura is winning the war, winning the battle, even though Indra appears to be winning the war. On the other hand, we see the Ravana's family. He had everything with himself, but wanted to destroy Ram, wanted to enjoy Mother Sita, and Shurpanaka also wanted to enjoy Ram and wanted to kill Sita Devi, but they got destroyed. But the same family, we see Vibhishan, with the great zeal of spiritual enthusiasm and inspiration. He wanted to serve the way enthusiasm, inspiration, and great eagerness in which Shurpanaka and Ravana is working for their own selfish interest. More than that, Vibhishan was taking a risk and all endeavor to come and surrender to Lord Ram. Raghavaya Sharanangataha. Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Raghavaya Mahatmane Shipram Niveditubam Vibhishanam Upastitam. That I have come and taken shelter of Raghava, and how Vibhishan came, giving up everything. Tektva Putran Dharam cha Raghavam cha Sharanangataha. Bhrata Bharta cha Bandhusya Mama Raghava. I given up everything. I have taken shelter of Ram, who can give shelter to the whole universe. That was a zeal exhibited by Vibhishan, because he wanted Sita and Ram, service Sita and Ram. He automatically got Swarna Lanka also. So that this way, when Ram comes, Krishna comes, they show in front of us two parties: Ram's party, his own party, and Ravana's party. Krishna shows his own Vrindavan party, and he also shows Kamsa's party. And he also exhibits the results, what happened to the Kamsa's party, and what happens to my party, what happens to Ravana's party, and what happens to my party. And he gives a choice. Please join my party. This is the advice we are giving you. So Ram, Krishna, they are exhibiting these two things to us, showing these things to us, and giving us a choice. And that choice is Ram and Krishna is giving us. That is being again handed over to us lovingly with the Acharya, Guru Shishya Parampara. Srila Prabhupada, like Hanumanji, went and brought back all the jivas who belongs to Ram, back to Ram. That is, Krishna even could not do properly, Ram could not do, but the devotees are more merciful than Krishna. and they are able to achieve the task. So in this way, in the inspiration of Vritrasura, and the great zeal and faith and enthusiasm he has to get back to Krishna's abode, get back to the spiritual world, service to Krishna, and that enthusiasm, that eagerness is we need to pray for that. Even though we may not have, because we are in that in between stage, we can get inspiration, we can get guidance, inspiration from this great soul. Hare Krishna. I think I have spoken quite a lot.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. That was very wonderful class. Just mentioned, it was like a post Ramayana lecture today, so it was very nice to hear about the lecture and yeah. So you were saying about the dharma which was followed by Lord Ram and Lakshman and Bharat and Shatrughna. Of all, the Bharat is the greatest, and Shatrughna being the servant of the servant of the servant is the greatest. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for that wonderful Hare Krishna. So devotees, any realizations or questions, please go ahead. Radha Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Today is also the great appearance day of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. So the zeal and enthusiasm, isn't it? We're all celebrating today or tomorrow in devotees store.
Here we are celebrating today, Prabhuji.
Today, Prabhuji.
Some places Ekadashi tomorrow, some places today. So anyway, Maharaj is a great personality, epitome of enthusiasm, sacrifice, and selflessness. So his personality, I mean, there is no qualification to speak about him also. In his age and in his bodily condition, how selflessly he is giving himself to others. I think he was recently in Chennai and he had a surgery in his eyes, and next day he was been told of surgery 5 days he should take rest, but he was there next day out for giving initiations, lectures. 5 hours he was in temple and giving himself to others. So even the Vritrasura and Lakshman, Shatrughna are examples we see in this Shastra, but here we got a direct living example who Maharaj writes, he studies Prabhupada books, and he himself at this stage writes Bhakti Vaibhav exams and certificates, Bhakti Shastri. He himself attends and writes exam, I heard. Is it somebody is going to ask him where is your Bhakti Shastri certificate before Maharaj enters into spiritual world? No, he's such an example he's setting, that kind of amazing personality. So we grateful to Prabhupada for us that he has given such a great stalwarts for us to follow. So Jayapataka Swami Maharaj ki
Jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That was really nectar. So last few minutes you spoke about Maharaj. So we are very fortunate to hear from you about the glorification of Maharaj. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, Radha Krishna, Vrinda Kopika Mataji, you had something to say?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Prabhuji, almost in Atlanta, Panihati Dam, we get a blessing of Jayapataka Maharaj Danda, and that is a Panihati festival. So cooking, there is a more than 79 varieties. Maharaj will teach us how to prepare that Panihati, all the pots, Prabhuji. And this year also, today, Maharaj Vyas Puja, and maybe it's going on up to 1 week. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Pray for all of us that we get such a strong SSS now. Jayapataka Maharaj, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shubhakar Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Nitaynanda Prabhu. You made so much elaboration on Lakshmana's qualities, Sri Ramachandra's qualities, and Bharata's qualities, everybody's qualities. So he made us to get qualification to know about the qualities. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Fantastic. And thanks for your prayers for Guru Maharaj. And we want him to be there for 100 years and make many disciples all over the world. We need all your prayers. Thank you, Shama Gauri Mataji. Everybody, please. We beg
One
you.
time, His Grace Janivas Prabhu, he told us that Jayapada Maharaj is simply living due to the prayers of his disciples and devotees.
Yeah.
So all of you are
Somebody
loved.
prayed that you live for 120 years. You live
Maharaj is
120
having, he is not having physical, like mundane body like us, Prabhuji. So he is having spiritual body.
Spiritual body.
That's why so much,
So now,
even so much trauma, in the midst of so much trauma, he is so enthusiastic. I heard from one Prabhuji that last year when he came to Dubai, he was very enthusiastic to dance for the Kirtan, so which was going on here. So he was singing and he was dancing even at that stage also. So that was really wonderful to hear, actually. So that
he's got
enthusiasm.
70,000 disciples. He got 70,000 disciples. He want to make it 1 lakh now. Guru Maharaj blessing.
Oh,
Thank you so much,
Prabhupada.
Prabhuji. Shama Gauri
Thank you very
Mataji,
much.
please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very wonderful class. How nicely you told about the, we are like sadhakas, and sadhakas are not too much into material things and not too much into bhakti. The pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada, they are completely in devotional service. That's why they are conqueror of the sleep. And we are like, always, I'm talking about myself, I'm always sleepy. When the bell rings, that's why I wake up. I take bath, do aarti, and then chanting, and while half an hour and 1 hour after that, I feel sleepy. So, Prabhuji, my question is how to conquer the sleep. It's very difficult. It's like sleep is like an enemy of sadhaka.
Guraka Mataji.
Sukakar Prabhu, you have to say me. I myself is sleepy person. How can I answer?
Because Guraka Mataji sometimes so lovingly coming and make us sleep. But I think when Shama Gauri Mataji sleeps, she is dreaming only the Amada Leela. So nothing, sleeping and wake up, so same for Mataji. Same for you also. You are preaching in some Pennsylvania somewhere. So you're not sleeping.
True.
Correct. Your name is Sukakara Prabhu. Make everybody happy.
Yes.
You have to bless me, Prabhu.
Mataji, it's not that it's my realization from your services. You have so many services, Mataji. So it's not that maybe like you can take rest for a while and again you can start your services. So you are giving so much for Bhakti Sangha. Thank you so much for that, Mataji.
Actually, sometimes some devotees have difficulties. Some people have difficulties that they have insomnia problem. They don't get sleep. Sometimes my mother tells, many times she tells, I thank Krishna that he has given me good sleep. I am fresh now for morning program. Very often she tells. So sometimes we become very unrealistic also when we hear about other devotees. Of course, one should always want to improve oneself, but one has to accept the reality also, our bodily necessities and our nature and everything. So one should try one best to come ahead. So very often the sleep is when myself I stay in the ashram temple, it's more easy. But sometimes when you travel in unregulated schedules, it becomes very difficult. So the association, the place where we are living on, it all matters. So some devotees, they do a lot of things. Some devotees keep the alarm clock near the wash basin. So in order to put off the alarm clock. They had to go to the wash basin, and then they open the tap and put water on their face. If you keep near your head, you may put off the alarm. So many things there, so many devotees they do. Or Krishna sees all these sincere endeavor and desire. And so we had to work various. We try our best, trying to go to sleep early, eat not too heavy prasadam at the night, and don't sleep too much in the daytime so that your sleep is deep in the night and deep sleep and fresh in the morning. So all these endeavor cautions we take and follow. And beyond that, if things doesn't go, patiently we wait. And sometimes if there is opportunity where there is atmosphere where go and stay in the temple where we are forced, there's kind of pushing pressure is there. So we go. Like I remember some devotees who stay in the temple. As a grihasthas, they take a break and stay in some temple atmosphere. So they have to be there because the peer pressure is there. So the best way to utilize peer pressure, I had to be in the morning program with others. So like that, take some break and kind of atmosphere we can put ourselves into. Is it?
Thank you.
Is it
Thank you
okay,
so much,
Mataji?
Prabhuji. Wonderful answer. Wonderful class, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Krishna.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Radha Krishna Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I've been hearing your class and I got a few questions. And one of the question is like, we hear that Marte Buddhi, like more, is it, ये बोल रहा है कि mortal buddhi, is it mortal buddhi saying like when you're doing the spiritual bhakti, we are learning or practicing, and then mortal buddhi, Marte Buddhi, what is that?
I don't know what exactly you are referring to.
Marte Buddhi is like morality related buddhi.
In 11th canto of Bhagavatam, Krishna says, Acharya ma vijaneyam navaman hita karkichite martya buddhi. Martya buddhi, there he uses the word.
Yes.
Sarvadeva mayo guru. Martya buddhya na suyeta sarvadeva. Acharya mam vijaneyam, consider spiritual master as good as myself. Acharya, that's like here Sumitra Devi is telling, Mam Vidhi Janakadvajam, considered Janaka's daughter as myself. Similarly, Krishna is telling, Acharya Mam Vijaniyam. Mam means myself. We consider spiritual master as myself. Acharya Mam Vijaniyam. Navamanyeta Karhichite. One should not disrespect the spiritual master because he is myself.
So
Martya buddhya asuyeta. Martya buddhya asuyeta. Don't become envious of spiritual master with a material consciousness. Immortal.
Oh,
Just like
Marte Buddhi is like what is the
Martya buddhya navamanyeta karkichit. Sarvadeva mayo guruhu. The spiritual master is abode of all the demigods. So the Martya buddhi refers to considering him as good as myself. I am a person who's undergo karmic reactions such as birth, old age, disease, and death. So don't consider spiritual masters also like myself, like ordinary living. That's called Martya Buddhi. Arche Vishnu Shiladi, considering deity as ordinary stone. Guru Shu Naramati, considering Guru is also like any other human being. He also have two hands, he is also having two legs, he is also have two eyes, he is also getting old, he is also getting disease. So I also have two hands, two legs, I am also getting old, I am also getting disease. So what is special in him? He is also like, he is also undergoing karma. So that is called as Martya Buddhi and envy and becoming envious of him. So that Krishna is warning, don't do that. That's why in the Sanatana Dharma, we don't consider the spiritual master or the great devotee are suffering because of this karmic reaction. No, the suffering is there. They undertake suffering, they undertake difficulties, but that suffering is not suffering like ordinary living beings due to their karma. So that's why in the cultural language, when a spiritual master falls sick, in the English language, it doesn't have so much of vocabulary like that. So we say that the spiritual master fallen sick. He has fallen sick. That's the word of usage. But in the local language, there is no question of fallen or falling for spiritual master. So the local language translated to be grossly, it will be like this. He has accepted sickness. So we fall, the ordinary jivas fall sick because of their past karma, papas. But the spiritual master, his sickness is he accepts sickness. Either it is given, he is accepting it given by Krishna for certain reason, or is accepting others' difficulties on himself. But it's not due to his karma. One should not think like that. And thinking like that is called Martya Buddhi. Martya means ordinary or this ordinary human or ordinary people in this world. That kind of consciousness is to be avoided. It's very bad consciousness. Why? Acharya mam vijaniyam. Consider Acharya as myself means is very dear to Saksha Dharidena Samasta Shastra.
I was hearing Prabhu one of the lectures from His Grace Amaranta Prabhuji. So that was what one was hearing was a Martya Buddhi. So I couldn't understand. So I just asked you. Prabhuji, one more question is that you said that
Have you understood now what is Martya Buddhi according to this shloka?
Yes, it's like material consciousness, like taking, understanding spiritual master as a ordinary person.
Yes.
And another question, Prabhuji, is like, what is the difference, as you said, the sick one taking medicine as milk, and the another one is sick as a jaundice and taking medicine as a sugar candy. So difference, what's the difference, Prabhuji?
I could not get the question, Mataji.
Like Prabhuji, you were talking that the medicine as a meal. Some are sick.
Oh, yeah.
So the others are jaundice, sick of jaundiceness, and they are taking sugar candy as a medicine. So what is the analogy?
Here Sumitra Devi is telling that ordinarily in the material, ordinary dharma, ordinary principle, a younger brother has to serve the elder brother. So sometime like in the traditional houses, the girls, they have to learn cooking, they have to clean vessels, they have to household activity they should do. So the boys, they don't have to do so much. I'm talking about the, at least some years before, sometime back. So the boys would enjoy, they don't work very hard, The children, they have to do some extra work in the home, So the girl children sometimes they become very upset. The boys are very nice, they are jolly, they don't do so much. We have to work hard. And sometimes the boys, when they get dressed, they would get some simple dress. But the girls would get not just one pair, two more pairs of dresses and so many earrings, nose ring, bangle, this, that, and the boys won't get much. So they think that, oh, better to be a girl, like that, like more advantages, disadvantages there. So in such kind of scenario, the girl has the thing that I had to work, so grudgingly they had to do. Because I'm a girl, I had to do all. Because I'm a boy, I have to go to market. So grudgingly we do. These are all samanya dharma in the world we see. Similarly, because of my elder brother is born few little before me, I had to do my duty of serving him. So sometimes in the material world we are doing as a duty or we are forced to do. So Sumitra Devi is telling that because dharma is telling that you have to serve your elder brother. So dharma becomes medicine sometimes. You don't like to do. The girl doesn't like to cook, but she has a dharma, she has to do. Wife has to cook. And Prabhupada writes, women doesn't withdrew herself in cooking in month of April, May. In the shloka, second chapter, Bhagavad Gita, and in the Matras Prashasti Konte, Prabhupada quotes this example. So the women never restrain herself from cooking service even in the month of April and May. And similarly, a religious person doesn't refrain himself to take bath in cold water even in the month of January, February. So as a duty one has to do, but as a duty tapasya one should do, whether you like it or not like it. Like that, Sumitra Devi is telling that don't serve your elder brother because it's a dharma, as an austerity. You serve him as great happiness. So service to elder brother Ram is not like a medicine. Even if you consider that as a medicine, that medicine is like taking milk. A diseased person, for him, two diseased person are there. For one diseased person, medicine is neem juice, bitter juice. Another diseased person goes there. Fortunately for you, the doctor gives the medicine. Take milk. So for the person who has to take milk, he is very happy. Oh, I like anyway milk. That happened to become a medicine. So the medicine become fortunately milk for him. He is happy taking that. Similarly, Sumitra Devi is telling that even if you consider service to elder brother is the medicine, dharma, but you are very fortunate that dharma is like a nectar for you. So do it happily, like a sick person taking milk as a medicine, more than not like the sick person taking bitter juice as a medicine. So she is kind of indicating the fortune of Lakshman, that simultaneously he could have got an elder brother who is not of good character as a medicine. He has to serve him, like the kingdom in Vena's Prajas are respecting Vena as a matter of duty, even though nobody liked him. So here Ram is elder brother, Lakshman is younger brother. He has to follow the dharma of serving elder brother. But here he is lovingly and happily doing just like a sick person's medicine is milk. So like that's with us.
So it is a milk is like a proper purifying, and sugar candy is like first is bitter, but later it will be.
Sugar candy example is different. Here is different. Sugar candy is a sick person doesn't not able to enjoy sugar candy. Still he has to take a medicine. Rather later he will enjoy. But here Bharat, Lakshman service to Ram is like a now also you can enjoy. Later also you can enjoy, because they are not a sick. Lakshman is not a sick person like that. He is already pure, and so for him, just like Srimad Bhagavatam acts as a medicine, as elixir, and as a tonic, three ways. The medicine for the sick person, tonic for those the person who are just got over sickness but not fully recovered, and elixir for the person who is completely purified. In this way, Bhagavatam acts in three ways. So Lakshman is like in the third category. He's like a completely pure person. So for him, it is like elixir. So that's what Smita Devi is indicating. For us, it could be like a medicine, or some of it could be like a tonic. Some of it could be like elixir. But for the sadhaka bhakta, it is like a medicine. But for Lakshmana, it is like elixir. So Sumitra Devi is telling that just like a sick person, milk is the sickness for the sick person who can taste the milk now also, and he can also taste the milk when he cured from the disease also. Both times he can relish that kind of disease is good.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. I have taken so much of your time.
Hare Krishna. I have taken all of your time.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for giving your time. Actually, Prabhuji, there is one more hand raised. Do you have time to take it? Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Do you have time to take one more question, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Okay, Sudhakar, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Actually, I could not follow the previous session, so pardon me, my question is not complete. I just want to clarify a few things on today's verse. Like what I understood from the purport is Vitrasura at the end we can consider as a winner and Indra as a loser, because Vitrasura is going to the Godhead. That's what I understood from the purport of today. Whereas Indra, he is a loser because he is only getting the material access. If is my understanding right of the purport, Prabhu? So
yes, Prabhu. Perfect.
Yeah, but I have one doubt on that one. Like, why Vitrasura will be considered as a lucky
I could not
person?
hear the voice. Am I not able to hear?
Sorry, sir.
Breaking voice.
Oh, you cannot hear me now?
Hello.
I'm not able to
Prabhuji,
hear
can
the
you
voice.
hear us? Actually,
Can you
you
hear
got frozen, Prabhuji.
Hello?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Can
Yeah,
you
Hare
hear
Krishna.
us?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mataji.
I'm asking Nityananda Prabhuji. Yeah, we can hear him, Mataji, but he is not able to hear us.
No,
He got
I am
frozen.
able to hear you, Mataji.
Prabhuji, actually, Nityananda Prabhuji was not able to hear us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's wait, he may join. Prabhuji, are you there? Nityananda Prabhuji? Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we couldn't hear you or see you. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Prabhuji joined.
Yeah, Prabhuji joined. Yeah, Prabhuji, can you hear us? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can you hear?
Can you hear us, Prabhuji? We cannot hear you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can you hear us? Shyama Gauri Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. I was thinking we should close now, but I don't know, Prabhuji. I can see Prabhuji. But
Yeah, but we couldn't hear, neither he also couldn't hear us also, I think. What can we do, Mataji? Somebody can, I put a message in the chat.
Yeah, we can type message that can we close now?
We cannot hear you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji is trying to talk actually.
Okay, Mataji. Maybe you can
Yeah,
close.
okay. Okay, Prabhuji. So next time when Prabhuji is there, we can
No issue.
go. You can go ahead with the question, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, dear devotees, let's end the call here and let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpati pasya kripa sindhu
Induveva
patitanam
patitam
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
namo
namo
namah
namaha.
Vaishnav Vrindi ki jai.
Ki
Srila
jai,
Prabhupada
Radha
ki
ki
jai.
jai.
Thank you. Nityananda Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you.
Ekadashi to
Thank,
all. Gauranga,
thank you.
Nityananda.
Nityananda.
Gauranga,
And
Nityananda.
we will do the Ekadashi chanting from 10 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay. So, dear devotees, please join
We'll
the
be
call
having
on
full
same
day
link.
chanting today.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Joining the
Let's
ending.
end the call.
Hare Krishna.
Gauranga Nityananda.